This is Into Beats 106.5 FM. Hello, this is Amy Botes from PEPPED Productions again. What's happening in your world? Well, I've been working with NatWest business customers on their pitching skills this week, and I always love doing this sort of work as you get such a variety of people attending, from small startups to employees of multinationals. And the wonderful thing is that we all share something. The same set of emotions. We're all equal on that score. Okay, so a little bit more about me, just in case you missed my programme last week. I'm a professional RADA-trained actress and communication coach, and I offer training and coaching to business professionals in everything from presentation skills to personal impact in meetings, to confidence building, to team building. Anything to do with communication and making the most of who you are, we can help you with. And we use physical, vocal and mental exercises to literally take a person from Clark Kent to Superman. Now, if you wondered how the average person can use acting techniques to become the best possible version of themselves, you're in luck. Because for the next 4 weeks, I'll be sharing my top tips on how to perform your life. After all, I believe that life is one long improvisation. And to nick a phrase from Shakespeare, all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. This week, I want to home in on a vocal technique that can transform the way you hold conversations. How many of us have a habitual tone that we use all the time? A tone of voice that is normal to us. One that we commonly use regardless of the circumstances. We pitch ourselves with a certain musical tone, but also an emotional tone. So we say to ourselves, I am a serious manager, and this is what a serious manager sounds like. And we stick to this pitch wherever we go. Sound like you? Well, now I want to give you a challenge. Instead of sticking with the same old, why not try a different tone of voice? Or different emotional tone to shake it up a bit? Evaluate how you're using your pitch in a conversation and see if it is serving the conversation you're having. Become your own performance director and evaluate whether your pitch is appropriate. Okay, so an example would be this. Joe is a serious manager, but he's asked to go to a charity event, still in a business context, but he has to get up on stage and share his personal experience of why he got involved with this particular charity. Let's say Joe recently lost his partner to cancer, and this charity runs a hospice, helping cancer sufferers live out their last days with dignity, surrounded by people they love. Joe has to pitch this right. He's used to being very in control of his emotions, and this can sometimes come across as being a little cold. But on this occasion, speaking in front of a crowd at this fundraising event calls for him to be a little bit more vulnerable. He has to adapt his tone or pitch to the situation. He decides to soften his tone and become a little bit more vulnerable with his audience. He uses volume and pause to help him, but really it's the emotional pitch that he has to get right. He decides to open up and share this more vulnerable side with the audience. Needless to say, this has a huge effect on the audience. They're moved by his bravery, and really, all it comes down to is how he pitched his speech. So the next time you have to speak in public, have an eye on how you're using your pitch. It's a way of tapping into yours and other people's emotions. You can listen back to this segment on my website, which is www.peppedproductions.co.uk. And if you have any comments or you want to share something, please don't hesitate to follow me on Twitter at WeArePepped. And you can use the hashtag WeArePepped. That's PEPPED. Or check us out on Facebook, where we're listed as PEPPED Productions. This is coming from Into Beats 106.5 FM.